Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all of you, my friends, followers. So I don't know, maybe you're the first time watching my video or my content. Well, anyways, actually, I will do this video to review my ROLI Seaboard Rise 49. Actually, what I'm doing in my video is just I play the piano or my electronic piano, which is Roland RD 800. Yeah, so I just do it first video that I have. Then later on I was get inspired by Marco Perezi and this ROLI, their contents in their video regarding the Seaboard Rise, so Seaboard Grand. Then I watched the Seaboard Rise 49, the Seaboard Rise 22 updates also. They got this so probably, yeah, I bought this ROLI Seaboard Rise now for about, I think it's less than 3 months now, and I'm consistently using it for the past 3 months. And what I had is that I really enjoy playing this ROLI Seaboard Rise. By the way, sorry for my English, I'm not a really English speaking individual, and I'm a Filipino. I'm living here in Oman, working here in Oman as a respiratory therapist. So anyways, that's the reason how I get by this ROLI Seaboard Rise 49. I've been playing the piano since I was 10 years old. Just a basic until I just stopped, and I went to, when I was in third year high school, I had 8 sessions of piano lessons, which is for adult course, and from then on I started playing. I play in the church, so that's my fundamentals. I play in the church, and also like in Victory. Yeah, I play in Victory U-Belt and Abcop also in local church in Bicol. So that's the place where, that's the environment where I was exposed with. That's why I learned how to play the musical instrument. Also, my first teacher in piano is my grandma. So why I'm telling those stories? Because that is your fundamentals for you to play the ROLI. You cannot play the ROLI without playing the piano, because the basic of ROLI is to be a piano player or a keyboardist player. Anyway, any of the electronic instrument, because in ROLI you need to have to be expressive, and you need to also, you should know also how to compose or express, yeah, or interpret a song or music. Depends on your interpretation, because ROLI player are, or maybe, yeah, if you're a note reader, then you just follow the notes. But I think it will not be enough. You should be able to interpret a musical piece. Okay. So for the past 3 months, I was enjoying this ROLI Seaboard Rise 49, and then the first 3 days of my ROLI, I have a difficult times to play the ROLI Seaboard Rise 49, because the orientation is very different. In the piano you just have to strike and express, control the pressure, strike, control the pressure. Like here in the ROLI, you have 5 different gestures or movements. We just press, then strike, press, strike, and glide, slide, and lift. Anyways, I'm going to show you. You can enjoy those expressions by using a pads. I'm using this Velvet Emotion pad. You said a strike, and slide, no, it's glide, slide, and lift. That kind of expressions. If you will do this one, so it's different, nothing. Like if you do this one, press and lift. So you can see here, these three knobs are in full series or full force or in full functions. Okay, so the only difference that when you hit the keys here, or I don't know if it's pad or keys. Okay, I tell it the keys. When you hit the keys here, you should be precise. If you will see here, there is a flat. There's a key, then there's a flat surface here. If you can see by the light, there's a flat surface, then a depression, then a separation. Okay, when you hit the key here, your hand should be precise here in the flat surface. Or else if you press here, see? And the posture of your hands should be consistent. See? So that the note will not get into different sound. Or in Tagalog, it means intonado. So you press here. Yeah. So that's consistent. And when you lift, you hear a while ago, there's a sintonado. When you lift, the position of your hand should be consistent also when you lift your hands. Yan. Or else if you lift your hands, then the position of your finger will get into sidewards or leftwards, something like that. The sound of the note will be indifferent. So press. See? So it should be vertical always when you lift, so that your note will be precise. Like that. Sample. And when you do the vibrato, so it's the first time that you press the key, you should press the key first, then press slowly, then do the vibrato. So press the key first, so that your note will not sound funny. Okay, so press the key first, then apply a pressure, then start speaking vibrato when your hand is already precise on the key. Okay, then lift in the vertical manner. Okay, so right now I'm using a solo strings. Okay, so let's try. Here's the technique. When you press the key, your force should be light. Just press it with light pressure, so that the note will sound nicely. Because if you press the key or the seaboard with a very hard manner, the note will not sound amazing. Like this. So it's not like that. You should press it with very light, in a very lightly manner. So again, I'm using a solo strings. See? So just press it very light. So it sounds amazing because you can glide from here. So whatever you want to use. Anyways, and also in the Equator is very friendly also. I will just have to show to you. So this is the Equator. Okay, if you see it, this is the Equator that I'm using. So it's very friendly. It's just very overwhelming at the first sight, but this is very friendly. As you can see here, they have reverb and delays. Then you just have to, in delay, you just have to on it, and in delay, in reverb also, you just have to figure out, or you can make a mix of delays and wet also here. The wet and delays, you just have to mix it up in according to your preferences of sounds. Okay, and anyways, the ROLI also has an education in YouTube which you can follow so that you can learn, you will be able how to learn how to play the ROLI Seaboard, because honestly, I played keyboard for almost when I was still like consistently when I was 15 years old. Then I still have a very difficult time, not very difficult. I find it difficult to play the ROLI in my first 3 days until I figured it out by consistently practicing the instrument. So that's how I was able to play the ROLI. But really, it's a very good one, very good instrument where you can express yourself. Actually, I cannot sing, but because of ROLI, I can express my emotions, myself, through the notes, or just every feelings that I have. Okay, so I'll have to show to you some of the sounds that I am frequently using, my favorite sounds here in Equator. So I have solid strings, digital tracks, string section, velvet emotion pads, and circus later. So these solid strings, I already showed to you a while ago. So sometimes you just have to lessen the wet value so that, and also the delay, that it will sounds amazing also. I press it very hard, so it doesn't sound amazing. You should have to press it very light and press hard slowly, and do the vibrato. Using these solid strings or string section because my orientation is classical also. So how do I get to play the cello? Because I watched the two cellos player, and I watched how they play the cello by their hands. So, and also the bow, you see in the cello and also in the violin, when you use the bow should be very light only for the strings to sound. You should not press the bow to the strings very hard, so that, because if you press the bow to the strings very hard, the string will not sound good. So same with the ROLI Seaboard Rise. If you press the Seaboard very hard, it will not sound good. But if you press it light, it will sound amazing. See, yeah, it sounds very light only until you press then apply pressure slowly. And my second favorite is the string section. Yeah, the string section. This is my favorite one. It sounds amazing. My Seaboard Rise 49 review, and please comment below and just for me to be encouraged. And the next video that I will present to you is what's my review to the instruments that I'm using, my favorite instruments, and how to use it. Okay, so overall, ROLI Seaboard is an amazing instrument for the past 3 months. I really enjoy it. Many people were blessed. I was able to express my emotions. And the key is to practice, practice, and practice. Okay, so see you there. Thank you for watching Chris Hardy.